This is Amara La Negra, and you're listening to Exactly Amara, a production of iHeart Radio. And let me get right into it, because today we're going to be talking about a topic that really hits home, and it's about generational wealth. It's about the rise of the female CEO, talking about the importance of educating and empowering women at an early age.
Absolutely.
And I'm all about pro-women empowerment. Be independent, get your money, get educated. How are we growing together? Let's unite forces. I'm all about that. And anybody who's ever known me, known that I've always been like that. And guess who has a little mini CEO on, that's on her way to become a true boss, because, que I am going to be her personal mentor. It is my co-host, Stevie Nunez.
Hello, and I am so excited. In fact, Amara, did you know that in the U.S., for example, the non-adjusted average female's annual salary is 79% of the average male salary compared to 95% for the adjusted average salary. So we're going to get more into that. That's crazy. So that, in fact, what I'm saying is that the average woman gets paid less than men in the United States. It's happening right here in our country.
Eso siempre ha sido así. Eso siempre ha sido así. Y yo siento como que no nos dan nuestro valor. They don't give us, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be feeling like they don't really appreciate us. And women, we bring so much value to companies, corporate, as the family aspect and every single aspect you can think of. The women's voices are so important. So knowing all those things that my mom had to go through in order for me to have a better future really inspired me to have this conversation. Because I feel like, when is it the right time to teach your kids about being a boss, about stepping up, about working hard, about work ethic? Stevie, you have a baby girl.
It starts in the early development stages. Actually,
¿Cómo tú le enseñas a la tuya?
I would start at 5. I mean, honestly, sometimes we go purchase something, and I give her, she definitely works, and she definitely works around the house as far as chores are concerned. And, girls, now we're talking about girls. Girls really work harder than boys. Girls do the dishes at a young age. Girls make their bed. Girls take care of it. In my case, I have a junior, SJ, which is 1 year old. Chloe takes care of SJ. So at this point, she gets paid, every Friday. And what we do is we go out and we go shopping. And she saves a little bit of what she has. She puts it in her little piggy bank. And then she goes and she buys what she needs, which is those pop sockets that everyone loves. Oh my goodness, that's like a whole thing.
And I remember that. ¿Cuántos años que tiene tu niña?
She's 11 right now, yes.
No, ya está grandecita. But I remember growing up, I used to love to go to Party City, and they had these like colorful pencils and like the fun, erasers. They were like little, horses or whatever it was. And I used to
Lisa Frank.
Yes!
Remember Lisa Frank? Oh my God, I love those.
I used to love it. It was so colorful and fun and, bright. So I used to be so happy whenever my mom let me buy some pencils y libretas and things like that. And then I would go to school and sell it for 25 cents. And I would come home feeling so proud, like, Mommy, look, I have 4 quarters. Like, I did this. So I feel that I've always been an entrepreneur without even knowing I was an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And then, even though there's a misconception of only child, of the only child syndrome, my mom always really made me work for things. She made me work for everything I wanted. It wasn't like, tú lo quieres, mija, have it. No, tienes que trabajarlo. Tú quieres esto, limpia el baño. Tú quieres, friega. You have to do something for it. And I think that that's the first step into teaching your kids how to become an entrepreneur. Don't you agree?
Which is amazing. And also, investing in your child, really investing, because it takes a village to raise a child. And in nuestra comunidad, I wish that, especially the people that migrated from the Dominican Republic, they would bless, the children that are trying to come up, so that they are not, stressing on where they were going to get their money for college, where they're going to get their money for good education.
Yes.
Because education does play a big part.
Correct. But before blessing the children, I think that because education plays an important part, our families need to get educated first. Because a lot of our families come from poverty as well. And whenever they
Yes.
have an opportunity to have a little bit of money, they're not thinking about generational wealth. They're thinking about themselves and the present. And that's why I
Yes.
think it's important to really teach your children and really teach. And it's not just your children, because you could be grown. I learned a lot of these things as an adult. ¿Tú me entiendes? I had to figure a lot of these things out on my own. So what are the values you have to teach them at an early age or earlier on? You could still be in high school. You could still be in your 20s and your 30s and be learning this. I feel that as long as you're alive, you still have an opportunity to fix whatever it is that you feel you haven't accomplished. And values
Right.
would be like learning how to be independent. Stop. This message goes directly to the ladies. Espérate un segundo. Value
Mhm.
number 1, ser independiente, mi amor, divina, fabulosa. That means
Ajá.
if you have a man, amén. But if you don't, amén. You could live and do with as much as you can do without. That means get your own
Absolutely.
money, pay your own bills, do your own thing, not sit here depending on the fact that you have a pretty face, nice tits, and a fat ass that they're just going to maintain me. No,
Come
mama,
on,
because the
honey.
day that is
Mhm.
over, de que tú vas a vivir, what are you going to do? So definitely learn how to be independent. Learn the value of money. I think that the school system is fucked up in so many ways, and this is part of it. They teach you that tanta mierda. Please tell me, I'm not saying don't learn it. Please. Learn whatever they teach you in school. But when was the last time you used algebra? Esto por
Mm.
lo otro on the top, divided, pero no sé qué mierda. Why don't you teach them about finances, taxes, saving your money, credit? All those things are so important. Like, there's just so many values to be taught.
No, you're right. Especially, they should implement the credit, educating people on credit, especially at a younger age. I wish someone taught me on that credit is everything. Without credit, mío, si no hay crédito, no hay nada. And
Pero
that's
crédito, tus
early on.
taxes. A lot of people
Los
haven't still.
impuestos,
I know
yes.
people. I know people que nunca han pagado impuestos, that they never pay taxes. They don't even know how this works. You know, eso
Mhm.
es importante. Entender investing your money. A lot of people, because of poverty and because we come from parents that didn't know any better or they were too busy working to try to provide for us, which we respect and we understand, but we have the ability to become better. We have been blessed with the ability of saying, okay, mi mamá no sabía de esto, pero I'm going to educate myself because now I got technology. Now I have access to other things. And that's why I say, if you don't know something, es porque no te da la gana. If you don't progress in life, it's because you don't want to. Because everything you've ever needed, lo tienes en la palma de tu mano. You spend more time on social media, taking selfies of your ass y comiendo tanta mierda instead of using that time to find ways to become better in life. Así que I don't want to hear it, but
And really,
definitely
like,
those things are
valuing
important.
yourself, knowing your value, knowing that you shouldn't be working for free. You know, work equals money. So never work for free. I mean, a lot of people, and especially in our industry, Amara, we can touch on this topic because
Mm-hmm,
this is like a big roadblock on the
mm-hmm,
road,
mm-hmm.
is that we do a lot of yes, 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 but then we still have to provide. We still have to provide for our kids. We know we want to make it to this dream, and I feel like this is huge, especially for women, that want to become actresses, that want to go to Hollywood and just, drop there one day and just say, oh, I want to do this, but make sure you're getting paid for your work and knowing your value.
Pero,
Never do anything for free unless it's something that's going to bring you to the next level.
eso es lo que
Because
yo iba a
esto no es de
decir.
gratis.
A veces, pero wait, I am going to disagree with you in that aspect for 2 seconds. You know how many
Yes.
things I've done for free in my life? A lot of things. You know,
That's that
everything,
purpose, though.
and that's another mistake. Sometimes you're so busy just chasing the money that you lost opportunities chasing the money. And those
Right.
opportunities could have doubled that money. Because a lot of
Right.
times it's about being present. You never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. You may sacrifice a certain amount of time of your life, but that your whole life can change from one day to the other. So I personally have done a lot of things that haven't been for a lot of money, but I've always had the vision that if I do this, I know that I can benefit this other way, or this will come thanks to that, or whatever the case may be. So yes, don't undervalue yourself, but also don't be chasing money and at the same time losing opportunities that could get you to bigger checks. So, anyways, that's
Right. It
another
always has
point.
to have a purpose, and that is a great point, Amara. I feel like it always does have to have a purpose, but a lot of times we are not living a purpose-driven life. and that's because it's okay. It's because we didn't know. But now that you are underneath the sound of the voice of Amara and Stevie, we are letting you know that you should be
Yes.
living a purpose-driven life and that you should have goals and that you should definitely be creating wealth and multiple streams of wealth, which we will be talking
Equal.
about later on the show because Amara
Preach.
has an announcement coming up.
I
Yes, so I'm
know,
really
pero
excited about that.
you know what? As a matter of fact, I was gonna say it now, but I don't know if I should wait till the end. Nah, I'm gonna say it. Nah. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
make y'all wait. But talking about waiting, part of the reasons why I decided to make that big step, which I'm about to announce, is because I am a huge believer in generational wealth. And that's one of those other things that nobody teaches you. You know, back in the days, siendo una mujer negra, siendo una mujer latina, siendo una mujer dominicana, back in the days, en los tiempos de antes, our great grandparents, our ancestors used to sacrifice themselves just to own a piece of land because they understood the value of generational wealth. They understood that if I sacrifice myself now and I can leave something for the next generation to come, whether it's, you know, my sons, my daughter, my grandchildren, I will be
Yes.
providing a better future for them. And they will continue the legacy of the sacrifices that I have done today. So that's something that we have lost. We have lost it because of lack of education. We have lost it because of lack of financial education. We have lost it because I believe that with time we have gotten more greedy and we think more about ourselves and more about our immediate family. Immediate, like my wife, my husband, my children, my mom, my dad. Yeah. So, okay, cool. But then when you look at these, with all due respect, the way that Caucasians, right, a lot of them work, and we obviously know this, they like to build generational wealth. That's why there's these long-lasting names that go on, like, and there you go, a Hilton. Because of the sacrifices and the way that they have set things up, your great grandchildren will be fine based off the sacrifices and the work that you did. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. When it comes to Caucasians, since you brought it up, I feel like they're set up to win. And a
Well,
lot
yeah,
of
of course.
times
We know
as
that.
Latinos, we are not set up to win because we are not the CEOs. We are not
Or
the
as
and
minorities.
they have given us the opportunity, you know, and a lot of Caucasians have given us the opportunity. Let's keep it real because a lot of people on top are Caucasians, and but lately there's been a lot of African American women that have been become CEOs of companies. It happened during the whole Black Lives Matter movement. After that,
And
there was
even
just like this
before.
impact. No, but directly after there was like African American women that became like CEOs of company and stuff like that. But there needs to be more of us on top, but also education coincides with and knowledge coincides with your, you know, look at that face. I love that face. You're like, wait, I'm trying
No,
to
I'm
understand
just
this.
trying to.
No, and I love
I'm
it.
trying to
But
pay attention.
education coincides with generational wealth. And honestly, like I'm not gonna sit here and complain. I'm not complaining, but I was a very intelligent young man, but I didn't qualify for a scholarship to go to college. I had to, you know, pay it myself, and it was hard. Whereas my friend that was Caucasian, like you had said, had their family had already put aside money in a separate bank account for them. They set their kid up
No,
to win.
of course,
And
of
for
course.
me, it was hard
We have to
because,
work
like you
harder.
had said, it was hard. And I just want to get this out, okay? Because it was really hard to come up. And I'm driving a little Mercury Cougar to work, and they're driving a little BMW. And it doesn't matter because it's not about what you drive; it's about your drive and what you have had. But I felt like you had stated, Amara, you hit a very important key point was let's set up our children. And if you're listening right now, let's set up our children to win. Let's set up, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, whatever you are, let's set up our children to win. And that's a very powerful message. I'm Stevie and
Okay,
I'm done
well,
speaking for now.
okay. Bueno, mi gente, ya regresamos with more of Exactly Amara.
Yes, and we're back with Exactly Amara.
Yes, I do understand. I don't want to make this a race thing because the point of this conversation, it wasn't a race thing. I do understand how Caucasians, which we all know this, have certain privileges that minorities don't have, especially people like myself, right? We don't have the same privilege. I get all those things. I'm not discrediting that because I'm from there, you know? And like I said before, I've been through everything. Yo limpiaba casa. I used to clean houses with my mom. I used to sell flowers in the corners of the stop
We got to work
lights.
harder. Mm-hmm.
I've done everything. I used to put flyers after the club. Me and my mom were the ones putting the flyers in your car window at 12 o'clock at night. I've done every single thing that you can think of to be where I am today. And that's why I'm so grateful. And because I'm grateful and I've been all the way to the bottom, I understand how bad I never want to be there again. And I work my ass off. So a lot of times we can dwell over spilled milk. And it's like, óyeme, hay gente that they have come from, other countries with no education, with no nothing, but their drive, their ambition to become successful gets them places in life. So it's like, yeah, we can keep continuing to dwell and cry and say, but it's because they don't do this. It's that, óyeme, yeah, snap out of it. Problema, solución. How are we going to fix the problem? And let's also talk about generational wealth. A lot of times for those families that financially can't do it, it's not just about the money. It's education. Everything that you teach, the knowledge, the wisdom that you teach your children, that's also generational wealth because they can pass it on from one generation to the other. But I think que ya llega un momento where it's like, how much more crying are we going to do about the things that happened in the past? Right now, you need to work your ass off, and that's it. Like, we all have the same 24 hours. Yes, I'm not discrediting, and I am clear that other people, other races have privileges that we don't. And that's why we have to work twice as hard. Yeah, they get it easier, of course. Just based off the color of their skin, they get it easier. However, if you are driven, if you are ambitious, if you are disciplined, if you want it, you can have whatever it is that you want. And the same aspect goes for education. There are many ways you can get yourself educated. I went to college. I couldn't finish either. And I had to pay student loans hasta el otro día. So I definitely get where we're coming from. And that's, like I said, that's another fucked up educational system because we shouldn't have to be paying to
because then you have to pay off the school loans. If you don't pay off the school loans, there goes your credit. Now our credit is all messed up. Now we're trying to get the next house, the next car. Now we got to work double for that. And it's not complaining, but I feel like it's a system that's in place to we have to break. And I respect women such as yourself, Amara, that have broken barriers and that have, fought right through all of that. And I just pray that the people such as yourself that, have gotten to this point, I challenge you today to bless someone, help somebody that needs education, even if it's another country, help somebody. Like I saw you recently, you just donated a bunch of supplies and stuff to a bunch of children. If you want to talk about that, that's also helping kids out, helping them out and teaching them to give back.
And también, I think that is very important for parents, right? And I'm going to say this because I don't have any children, but my mom, raised an amazing woman. And I'm so grateful for what she did. Pero también es el trabajo de los padres to inculcarles a sus hijos, óyeme, párese, you got to work. Work your ass off. Usted quiere algo, tiene que trabajar. Enseñarle lo que es work ethic, discipline. O sea, el padre también, you need to take that role as well. I know you're tired. I know you want to party. I know you want to have a good time. I know you may be tired of your damn kids for a little bit. I get all those things. But while they're growing up y en lo que se van moldeando, this is your moment to make sure that you always encourage them. Because the more that they hear in the house, no se puede. We can't do this. We don't got money. How are we going to do that? It's more of, how are we going to find a way? Let's find a way. Let's figure it out. Anything is possible. It all starts in the mindset. You have to change the mindset. The body works with the mind. You need to program and force your mind to make whatever decisions it is. And that's why I want to go to this topic. And going back to what it is, what is making money these days? Is it working a 9-to-5? Is it, being a hustler and trying to figure it out on the side, get a little side gig, a little side job? I personally haven't done a 9-to-5 since I was like, I don't know, maybe 19. Because I always knew personally que eso no era lo mío. I don't like people bossing me around.
Where did you work before all of this? before all of this? Like, what was a really cool job that you did? Like, such as myself, I did Dunkin' for like
Oh
a
my
year.
God, Dunkin' Donuts?
Yes, and I
Did
threw
you
munchkins at people. It was so much fun. It was a
did you
great
take a lot
job
of
as a
donuts home?
teenager.
Ay, qué rico.
Yes, because they were so many, and they were so nice. I was able to bring them home to my family. Dunkin' was so nice for that back then. I don't know if they do that now,
Oh,
but it was amazing.
mira,
Dunkin' was nice.
my first,
Where
okay,
did you
so
work?
first, when I started working at a very, very, very early age. Imagínate tú que I started doing taxes when I was 4. Pero,
Wow.
but like a regular job, my mom used to work como cocinera in a restaurant. No era un restaurant slash supermarket. So I would put a little plastic cup, and then yo era la que metía las comidas en la funda, for the people in the little carts. So I used to get a little
Right.
money there. But like my first official job was at 15 at Target. I used to work at customer
Target.
service, Target. I used
I
to work
love it.
there. Then I also worked at the Ritz-Carlton as a receptionist.
Oh,
And that was
wow.
actually my last 9 to 5. That was my
Very
last one.
prestigious job there, Amara.
Sí, mi amor, pero guess what? To get to that prestigious job, anybody that's from Miami, I used to live in Brown Sup, close to the Poke and Beans, Opelika, this area over here, Liberty City. I used
Yes.
to live around that area, and then I would literally walk 5 blocks, then take the Metro Rail, which is the train, all the
Right.
way to Civic Center. I'm just saying this for the Miami people. And then from
Wow.
there, I used to take the D or the C bus to go all the way to South Beach to work over there. Because I just felt like yo vivo aquí en el ghetto, normal. Pero yo me quiero rodear de gente con billete, gente bien. So I will go all the way through that mission just to get to that job. So this is what I'm saying. You have to sacrifice. People only see what you see on social media. Sí, está bien. You see that part. But you didn't see all the sacrifice and all the shit I had to put up with to get to where I am. And just like me, I am talking about all the successful people, because I feel like a lot of people could be judgmental. And I'm not saying if you come from mommy and daddy who gave you the money. No. I'm saying for those that came from nothing and became something, I would love to see, let's not just mimic their success now. Let's mimic their process to become successful. So anyways, part of that is, yes, you may have a 9 to 5. Go have your 9 to 5 because you have to pay bills, because there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. Shit. Hey, you're getting your money. Do what you got to do. But once you get out of that 9 to 5, figure out a way to make some time for yourself, for your own personal dreams and the things that you want to achieve for yourself. If you want to start a small business, dedicate a couple of hours after work to studying your craft, to figuring out how you can get investors, how you can get partners. Maybe a family member wants to hook you up with some bread, or wants to help you out, or wants to give you a loan, or a friend. Figure out ways that you're not just being a work slave for someone else and creating someone else's generational wealth. Figure out ways that on the low, you can sacrifice some of your 24 hours and do something for yourself and for your family and for your personal, bloodline. That's how I feel about it. You already know we will be right back con más de Exactly Amara.
And we're back with more of Exactly Amara. I feel that, firsthand, when it comes to you, let's get into an Exactly Amara moment. Exactly Amara.
Oh
I
my
saw
God, we need
you
a
with a lot
jingle.
of, while we were working on this show, I saw a lot of restless nights. I mean, I saw times where you didn't even sleep. I know you were working on something, and now it's all manifesting. Would this be the perfect time for you to tell us about this new venture, this great announcement? I think this is the perfect time. Let's take this time right now and tell us all about what Amara has going on.
Ay, mi señor, Papa Dios. Papa Dios, thank you so much. Okay, so long story short, like I said before, on our, previous episodes, I spoke about, during the pandemic, I'm an artist, I sing, I dance, I do radio, I do a whole bunch of things, but I've always been curious about real estate because I don't know, yo creo que eso viene como de mis ancestros, like wanting to own land, wanting to
Right.
own things that I can pass down. And also it
Absolutely.
comes from, traumas from being homeless. After that experience of literally not having a home, it made me feel like
Wow.
I need to buy as many homes as possible so I
Ooh.
never have to fear
What a
being homeless
testimony.
again. And nothing. Basically, during the pandemic, I had some money saved, and I was like, "Coño, if I just leave the money in the bank, I'm gonna keep spending it. I'm gonna keep wasting it. I need to figure out a way that I can invest it and I can make some money from it. So what will never depreciate, what will always grow is real estate. So I started investing in real estate. I went to the Dominican Republic. I wanted to buy one property. I wanted to gift myself one property for my birthday. I ended up buying 3 all at once. And then now I currently have 9. But while I was doing that, I was like, okay, so what else can I do? How can I become better at this? Like, está bien que I buy apartments and I Airbnb them, but like, what's the bigger vision? And then I've
Yes.
always looked at like buildings and I'm like, Diache, tú te imaginas like if one day I could have my own building, that would be so sick. Like Amara
Ooh,
building or something like that, that would be crazy.
my hairs are
Entonces
going up.
I was
Ooh,
just talking about it
hallelujah.
like that. Entonces, every night I get on my phone and see, every night while you are sleeping, I'm on my phone doing my research. I'm on my phone studying. Because let me tell you something, rich people or people that are successful in life, they don't be sleeping the 8 hours.
You sleep when you
While
die.
everybody's sleeping, they're working. So then I learned that mindset. Okay, while everybody's sleeping, I need to be working because I need to take as much advantage as I can out of my 24 hours. Bueno, el caso es que I don't want to talk about it too much till this airs
Come on,
out on Love and
testify,
Hip
honey,
Hop.
testify.
Pero you guys know that I
Yes,
have a
darling.
business partner in the
Ugh,
Dominican
yes.
Republic. His name is Alan. And he has his company, Soluciones Alan Soluciones. We came together, we partnered up, and I told him, listen, how can you help me? Help me have my own project. And then one thing led to the other. I've taken a couple of trips to the Dominican Republic. We got a couple of investors. We all came together. And now Amara Residence is officially happening. We're
Hallelujah.
selling. Yes,
Yes.
Amara Residence is in Las Terrenas. In Las Terrenas, in
Ah,
Samaná. It's 42 apartments, 12
woo,
penthouses, 2
woo.
pools, full gym. It's like a whole production. I'm so
What a
excited.
testimony.
I
From
know.
homeless to owning all of this. Hallelujah.
I am
Wow.
so
Incredible,
excited. This
darling.
is my first time, so estoy un poquito
Yes.
asustadita because I've never done anything this big. And anyways, this is part of the things that I'm saying, generational wealth. When I have my
Wow.
children, I want to be able to lead them something. And the most important thing that I'm going to lead them is wisdom and knowledge and
Ah,
my experiences so that my legacy doesn't die. I want to
yes.
be able to maintain that name, like, and my children to feel proud of me. Like, we have this because mommy worked hard, and now we can pass this
Mm,
on. And I want you to not just depend on me. I want to teach you how to fish. Like, it's like they say,
yes.
don't give me the fish, teach me how to fish. I want to teach
Yes.
them. So, anyways, Amara Residence is available now. If you go at Amara Airbnb, you can find all the details on how you can buy your apartment now. And I'm excited. Yay!
Yes. You need to start filming like commercials for this because you would do like it would be great to see a visual. Give us a little, look into what you're doing, the whole testimony. Oh my God, it's such an amazing thing. But really,
Yes.
tapping into to being a CEO, a boss, tapping into that, and really going from homeless. That is so powerful, Amara. From homeless to
Amen.
owning a building and
Yeah.
land. Oh my God, this is incredible. And now, where in the
Amen.
Dominican Republic is it located?
In Las Terrenas. It's in Las Terrenas. It's very touristic. It's in Samaná, which is actually where my mom was born. And I am so grateful to my
Wow.
partner, Alan. We've been able to do this together. I'm so grateful because he believed in me. He believed in my dream of putting this together. We've worked so hard together to make this happen. And I pray that we can continue repeating this. And this is what I'm saying. When I speak about this with so much passion, I speak about it because I've been there. Like, I
Right.
have been there. No one gave it to me. I wasn't fucking for money. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not a scammer. And if you do any of those, congrats. Do what you do. But for those that don't do that and are hardworking people, anything is possible. Stop being scared to ask for help.
Amara, this is so great. And speaking of, women in
Mhm.
power, this is
Yes.
incredible. When there was a time when, remember, women shouldn't speak. They should not be. They should just be seen and not heard. To see so much women coming up and becoming CEOs, do you feel like there's competition now, or should we, stick together as women? Should you guys stick together? Should we let go of the pettiness? Should we let go of all of that? And just know that together there are power in numbers. So, what are your thoughts about that, Amara?
I think that definitely women should stick together. Like if you feel that you can't do whatever business adventure on your own, find other empowering women that are willing to help you. You know, I think that women are very smart when it comes to business. I think that we're passionate. I think that when we really want to make something happen, we could be the best partners ever. And I think that if you pay attention, this is happening. There's more women becoming CEOs. There's more women becoming educated. There's more women becoming that are in powerful posiciones de trabajo, whether it's corporate or whether they have their own independent business. So, yeah, if you leave the pettiness and stupidity alone and you leave the jealousy and the competition and you focus on business and becoming better and helping, another woman do the same, then imagínate si todas las mujeres we got together and worked together as a team. We would really be unstoppable.
I mean, even in radio, there's program directors like Dia, and then you have like Angie Martinez, and then you have Amara La
Yes.
Negra, and then you have, I think that there is a lot of women in power. And honestly, growing up, this is personal. I
Yeah.
took more consejos and advice from women. It was easier for me because my mom I had my dad in my life, but my mom kind of taught me a lot. She's a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
Mm-hmm.
easier for me to take direction from women. So I think women are more nurturing. I mean, even when it comes to trainings at job, I love a woman that's in leadership that could train me as a man. I never had an issue with that.
Yeah.
I feel that women get the job done, and
Yeah.
women definitely get the job done. And I don't have an issue as a man taking, directions from a
Good
woman.
point. Good
I
point. Good
don't.
point.
I
Yes.
don't.
And you know what? And talking about that too, something I missed out to talk about, and I'm going to talk about it really quick, is finding a good mentor. These days, social media can help you so much to find someone that inspires you. Find someone on social media, por ejemplo, that they're doing something similar to the vision that you have, and don't be scared to slide up in their DMs. Send them a DM and say, listen, you really inspired me and I would love to follow your footsteps. Is there any way that you could be my mentor, or what tips can you give me? Whatever. You never know. There's a lot of people on social media that are literally in the tip of your hand on your phone that are willing to help you, to give you advice. You just never know. So if you have a business idea, if you have any questions, if you want a mentor, if you're looking for some guidance, don't be afraid to send a DM wherever it may be, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, donde sea, and ask for help, because that small little step can change your whole life.
And
Trust
a
me.
closed mouth does not get fed. And you cannot
Mm-hmm.
be afraid to talk to someone. You should always have a mentor and a mentee. Someone that's, doing greater than you and you're learning how to get there. And then as you're getting there, you have a mentee, someone that you can help also get there.
Yeah.
It's never a selfish act. You should always
Yeah.
find that the cup does run over, and that's how you stay blessed. And Amara, I feel like that's the reason why you stay blessed. It's because you
Amen.
continue to help people, and you're not a
Yes.
selfish act, which
if
is
I if I
very
can put you
incredible.
if I can put you on, or I know that there's an opportunity that can be good for you, I will be the first one to be like, yo, fulanito, mira, they're looking for this over here, or I'm gonna put you in contact with somebody, or just pull up real quick, do this for free, or do whatever it is you have to do. But once you get yourself inside that open door, run for it. And you
Right.
know what? I've done that for a lot of people, and it makes me feel proud. It makes me feel good to know that I've helped someone else, because in moments that I was in need, no one helped me. So I want to be able to be that person for someone else. And that's why I'm so proud when I see that these days there are so many self-made women that have amazing companies on their own, or that I've been able to, give them a little push. Tú sabes. There's a lot of, I think that the pandemic also, I don't know why, but I feel like the pandemic brought the hustler out of people. The pandemic really inspired people to work, to, build that business or that business adventure, whatever it may be. I don't know, on social media these days veo como más tienda, más cosas, más producto, más de todo, que la gente are like, I have my own business. And I just love it. I think this is great.
It is incredible, and I think that the pandemic did bring the hustle out of people.
You should have like a clothing line or something. Or shades. Oh my God. You should
I
come out con
want
una línea de lentes, todo, something.
call it
The
I'm shady.
Nunes.
I'm
It's like, oh, what are you
shady by
wearing,
Stevie.
Nunes? Shady by Steve.
That
I love it.
I'm
Viste,
shady
you
by
see,
Nunes.
this is how you start. You start fucking around. You start with a dream. You start with a concept. Now let's put it to
Right.
work. Oh my God, let's pray that before, our first season is over, we can have your shade collection out. ¿Tú te
Oh,
imaginas?
that
Dale, que
would
I'm
be
going
an
to help you.
and
Let's figure it out.
oh my goodness, you see that? Amara is always so helpful, and
See,
that's
this
what it's
just
about.
happened. This
It
literally
just
just
happened.
happened. I love it.
Nunez. I'm wearing Nunez.
Me gusta Nunes porque suena como más bougie. I'm wearing Nunes.
Yes, it's the new. It's the
Great.
new, darling. And yes,
¿Tuviste?
being a class act also really how you present yourself. Presentation really helps you. Being a boss is acting like a boss. They always said fake it till you make it. You can't be out
Yeah.
here acting ratchet and you thinking you're gonna get somewhere. I mean, it could happen, but those are the odds of that. Are you have to really be a class act and really show who you are, especially you just have to really change it up, people. Challenge yourself to change it up. Get dressed for that interview. Look great for that interview. I mean, it starts there. I'm really excited. Thank
And
you so much.
also going back into your kids, your cousin, your nephew, quien sea. Listen, motivate them, inspire them,
Yes.
show them what you're doing, show them that you sacrifice, that you put in work, that you, even as an adult, you study your craft. Even if you have a 9 to 5, when you have some free time, you also work. Show them, because that motivation inspires them at an early age. I know a lot of great entrepreneurs that are like 12 years old. I know girls that have their own lemonade stands on the weekend, that they sell cookies, that they sell
Oh my
purses,
God,
that they sell
yes.
lo que sea. A lot of people were getting the little stimulus check y gastándolo en mierda. If you get a little stimulus check, give one to your kid. Be like, what would you like to do? If you had your own business, how would you like to make money? Oh, mommy, I don't know, bows. I like hair bows. Fine. Go online, even if it's on one of these, wholesale vendors, buy them a couple of bowls and just help them feel productive. Help them feel that they are a little entrepreneur on their way to success. That the smallest little thing can change your whole life. Christmas will be right around the corner. If you're going to go spend a whole bunch of money buying porquería and estupideces for your kids that later on is just going to be rolling around the house, why not invest it in their future and teach them, for Christmas, I am going to give you your own business. And this is what you're going to do. And this is how we're going to do it. Like, that really is impactful.
Especially when you're getting that child tax credit, you should really be investing in your children because it's called child tax credit. Should I say that one more time? Child tax credit. You should be helping your children or really using that for school and for education, making them. And also, Amara, as small as
Yes.
making them feel good when they go to school, dressing them up, making them confidence. Because
See.
confidence is, working on their self-esteem at such a young age is so important. Every night before my daughter goes to bed, I'm like, this is what we're wearing. Let's go into your closet. We're going to style you up. And you're going to walk in there with all this confidence. But you got to build your child's confidence.
Yes.
Invest in your children. No que you get a child tax credit and you're looking good and your kid is with some beat up Jordans. Like, make sure that your kid is looking representable and looking ready to be successful. That's
I agree.
key.
And also, before we go, because unfortunately we're about to wrap it up, and I love
Yes.
these topics because I'm really passionate about it. Because I feel like
Yes.
if we had more of these conversations, if I could inspire more women to be successful, to be fearless, to go ask for help, to start your business, to educate. If I could do that and I can change one person's life, I feel like I did my job. Like, I did what I was supposed to do. So.
Yes.
Definitely, I feel like there's so much help out there. Don't be afraid to start whatever business adventure. Be a boss bitch. Stop talking about being a boss bitch. And let me tell you something. There's levels to this shit. There's some women that feel that being a boss is having a Birkin bag, which go ahead, sure, you could do that. And there's other women that feel like being a boss is having her own business. Being a boss is being independent. Being a boss is having generational wealth. Being a boss is owning land. Being a boss could be many things. Taking care of your family. Being a boss could be many, many things. So figure out what you consider being a boss is. Figure out what you want to be a CEO of. Figure out how you can change today to have a better future tomorrow. You are in power. You are in control. You got this. And if you feel insecure, feel free to slide up in my DM at Amara la Negra ALN, or slide up in exactly Amara, that we will be right there to support you, to guide you. If there's any
Yes.
help that, that we can provide for you, we will be right there. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening to another amazing episode of Exactly Amara. I hope that this episode was, inspirational, motivational to you, that you feel more confident, that you are really going to just not listen to this podcast, but now you're going to get your ass up and you're going to do something about it. And you know what? It's a wrap. Así que muchísimas gracias, mi gente bella, por apoyarnos, por escucharnos todos los jueves aquí en iHeart. De verdad que sí, estamos muy agradecidos con ustedes. Gracias. Don't forget to join us each Thursday for all new episodes of Exactly Amara. And you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at Amara La Negra ALN. You can also follow at Exactly Amara and also follow us at My Cultura Podcast on Instagram. Stevie?
Yes, and you could follow me at Stevie Nunez, STEVEY NEWNEZ. And I do want to make a declaration that we will see our millions in Jesus' name.
Amen, amen. And thanks so much for listening to Exactly Amara. Remember to share and subscribe. This has been a production of iHeartRadio's My Cultura Podcast Network. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Ya tú sabes, we will be back next Thursday on Exactly Amara.